This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, baby. Yes! After many years of re-releasing Skyrim for every platform possible in every special edition possible, well, Bethesda finally came to their senses and realized that they couldn't be doing that forever, so they took a step further this time and actually made something new, which is a remastered version of a game from the past decade. And now, they have another 10 years of re-releasing this game for every platform possible in every version possible. I wouldn't be surprised if I see this game running in a smart fridge until the end of this year. And they'll be probably using it as an excuse to why Elder Scrolls 6 hasn't come to us yet.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
I honestly think that people might be using the whole before GTA 6 meme kinda wrong though. Cause we got GTA 6 before Elder Scrolls 6, bro. God damn. It's been more than 10 fucking years. Where the hell is Elder Scrolls 6? Okay, but jokes apart, since I was living just like Patrick Stark under a rock, I honestly knew nothing about this remaster until its launch day, which worked really well as a big surprise. Cause yeah, boy, this shit looks good though.
Nice.
And it was also the perfect timing since I was planning to play the original Oblivion, but was holding back due to the ugly creatures that kept me away from the game.
You one ugly motherfucker.
I don't know which one is scarier, this shit or the Shady Sands dude in Fallout 1.
Your business in Shady Sands might be...
So at the moment that they announced it was being released at the same time of the reveal, I couldn't hold it any longer and... Sorry, I couldn't hold any longer to open the game, and thanks God they got it on Battle Pass, cause money is kinda short in this inflated world, and I honestly didn't want to spend more money in a remastered version of a game from almost 20 years ago. 20 fucking years ago. Now boy, after playing for some hours, I may actually reconsider that thought and buy the game myself. Now if I had to describe this game shortly, I'll say that it's not a remaster, but a remake with that signature sauce that only Bethesda knows how to cook. Why you naked, Joffrey? God damn, you ugly bastard! What's this? Shit. Hey yo, that whole levitating, bro. Now, before anything, I must say that I'm not in a place to compare it to the original Oblivion, since when I played I had the same brain cell of a baby platypus, and I don't mean Perry the platypus, I mean a real platypus. So all the things I'll be saying in this video will be purely based on a first experience with the game through this remaster. Well, just like Skyrim, I was captivated by the game at the moment I had to create the character. Oh look, beautiful, all these options. I'm not really the type of guy who likes to spend 2 hours creating a character, but I like to look into how far things can be pushed in the customization. And the game don't really have a wide options to the point that you can basically recreate any real life celebrity or even make handsome Squidward. Goddamn. Well, but you can mix your imagination to make the character at least not look like another default character.
What the fuck is this?
Me, I just went straight for the same look I always get. Bald, black, and a red beard. Why? Because it looks freaking cool, bro. Look at this shit. Unfortunately, there were no red eyes in this game. At least not with a white sclera. Is sclera?
Sclera.
Well, the white part of the eye. And goddamn, the game barely started and I already want to kill another prisoner. Yeah.
So strong, but you can't bend steel.
Let me get out of here. Now I'ma bang your face. Open this door. Open this door. Ah, you better be thankful that bar separates us, little man. Then suddenly, the Emperor is in my cell, tell us to run, and as a good boy who loves the politicians, I try to kill him. You won't kill me, bastard? Apparently, I couldn't afford such a task. Oh shit, nah! So I just follow the king, and suddenly he's dead. Oh my god, the king is dead! Now I can loot him without any problem. But before I die, he gave me a quest to find his son. Now the plot didn't really incited me to want to know what happens in the main quest line. Normally playing this RPG from Bethesda, my favorite things are the world around and its own stories. Most part of the times you'll find better side quests than the main quest line, you know?
Sydney will be along shortly. I'm sure we can find something to do.
I can't wait.
Now we can't have you...
I do not fall for my flesh wishes, women. I am a man of God. I Whoa. Now you'll probably be wondering why the fuck this guy is speaking so low. Well, by the time I was playing this game, it was very late at night, so I couldn't really scream. And as a first impression, I was really impressed by how good this game looks. I mean, even for a remaster, look at this. Woo! Beautiful water, beautiful grass, beautiful tree.
I'm Groot.
Like, normally I'm used to a garbage HD version of an old game that companies put a remaster tag on it just so that it can be sold again and for a full price.
This is not okay.
So by comparing the graphics of this version to what I saw and remember from the original game, it does really feels like playing another different game, but updated to my rotted TikTok brain. Brr brr patapim, brr brr patapim, tralalero tralala, tun 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 sahur. The only bad thing here is that the graphics makes my RX 67,000 looks like a SpongeBob claiming for water in Sandy's house. Oh god damn, my poor graphic card is almost exploded just so that I can see a damn horde of scamps raiding me like I'm some kind of boy with a pack of candy in a classroom. And I felt the worst of this optimization while traveling some long distance, where every now and then the game would just basically stutter. But it was not something so brutal to the point I couldn't play. Now look at all these monsters, the world and the NPCs from this land. I can say that the struggle I'm putting my graphic card is worth every second, as in the original version the monster and NPC were absolutely terrifying, almost making the game a horror game. I mean, look at this dude, bro. Motherfucker just came straight from Arthur and the Minimoys. Oh my god. What about this guy? Now, at least they keep being this ugly, but in realistic graphics. The only thing that really almost made me quit this game is the first imp I met. Because goddamn, bro, from all the versions of imps I saw in the pop culture, this one is probably the most terrifying one. I feel violated just by looking at this imp, bro. And I could be talking about graphics for a little longer, but let's leave it to the real graphic nerds appreciators and talk about the real things that honestly matter in this game, the mechanics. Well, since it's the game before Skyrim, I was truly expecting it to be just like Skyrim in terms of gameplay mechanics. And to no one's surprise, yeah, the game is basically Skyrim, but in another region, and now you can sprint in here too. I mean, does the fact that I can sprint this game make the speed stat absolutely obsolete? Well, I guess it does. I didn't really see any necessity of putting any point to speed because I felt like my speed was enough. But who knows? Maybe now you can become Wally West yourself.
My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive.
But as I said, the most primary mechanics such as exploration and combat feels just like Skyrim or Fallout, but without weapons and in a medieval era. Oh my god, you just described the Skyrim, bro. Oh, you're right. But as for the other mechanics like the leveling up system, dialogue, and the one thing that I hate the most that should be considered as the last boss of this game, the lock picking system. Are you fucking shitting me? It maintained its own originality that honestly for me it felt better than Skyrim. Like here you won't find the same old skill tree where per level you use a certain amount of perk points to get the skills you feel like having. Here the things will feel more natural, since as you keep repeating an action, you keep leveling up the specific skill based on the action. Like keep running swimming and you get athletic levels and become just like David Hasselhoff in SpongeBob movie. Woo! I gotta say that as a kid I really thought it was possible to move your chest like that. And that whole perk system is spread between 20 other skills, going from the combat system based on the type of weapon used to the personality system, where you may get levels in bartering as you do more sales in the game, becoming the closest you could get to Rick Harrison.
This is a rock.
But you still have skill points to spend in the 8 basic attributes of your character, each one providing you stats as you level up the attribute. Now, an interesting thing in this game is that when you reach enough experience to level up, you need to sleep. And I think that's really cool, because honestly, since I'm an immersion boy who actually wear medieval armor to play this game, I absolutely love this little detail, bro. And I took it as part of my immersion experience every damn time. Unfortunately, there ain't no sleep animation to make things cooler, but I guess that it makes totally sense for your screen to be full black when you're sleeping, right? And talking about immersion, I gotta say how good it is to play such a game like this, where your character has no voice and give you the creativity to make you act like you're hearing yourself, you know. So many times, I just saw myself open up about my whole life to an NPC through the dialogue and got the most basic answer possible.
No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it.
But you know, I'm a special guy, you know. I have my ways around the emperors, you know. He's kind of my uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like, my actual uncle. Besides my other uncle, Jackson, who likes to...
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
But so sad, my uncle, you know, he used to live a peaceful life, but then he decided to cheat on his wife, and you know the rest of the story, but nobody cheat on his wife expecting to stay alive, you know.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you.
But still, it is so much better when the game lets you kinda improvise the entire dialogue in your head, make every single experience to every player extremely unique, and make you even forget the fact that you are basically talking nonsense topics to a fucking monitor. And even for a game from the past decade, the entire atmosphere feels absolutely amazing and captivating. That whole experience will turn my immersion into something really deep and vast to be explored, where in dialogues I'll talk naturally to an NPC. Oh, Joffrey, mi friendo, how you doing? Tell me everything, tell me. And in commentary, I was putting myself so much into the game immersion that I honestly think I deserve an Oscar, bro. Like, for real. Foul creature, feel the power of my steel rip in that dirty flesh of yours. Feel the sorrow of Kavat frost and die body. As for today, I am the vengeance! The hero of Kavat never fails. Okay, bro, now you can pay.
Where is the Count?
And none of this would be possible if the game didn't have an interesting side story to present. Because boy, it does feel great to be part of those stories. By far, my favorite until now was the whole journey of becoming the Holy Crusader. I spent hours searching to all those relics and slaying Umarill's pupil to have one of the most amazing rewards I've ever seen a side quest.
It was perfect. Perfect.
Even the little village side quests were captivating my attention, like the invisible village. I gotta say that when I got here, I thought it was a bug. Or like helping a rat fanatic woman understand why the fuck there are lions in her basement eating her rat. By the way, I gotta say that I found out that this reptile woman here was putting meat in her basements outside the entrance to lure the rats out. But instead of luring the rats, it was luring these extremely acrobatic lions that somehow were able to climb a 10 fucking meters wall, get in the basement and fuck with rats. It makes totally no sense, but I mean, I'm playing a game with Lemurians, what do I know? Also, I gotta talk about Kalel.
Kalel, no!
The ultimate horse I lost for a damn thief. No! No! I can't believe this, Kalel. I'll never forget you, Kalel. I'm so sorry. So you basically find every type of weird side quest, but even though they're weird, they're extremely interesting. And I guess that's the thing that really matters when creating side quests for your whole world. Stories that actually make you believe that the world is alive, you know? But now let's talk about the signature move of Bethesda. The bugs. I gotta say, it is a surprise for me to come here and say that I had the fewest amount of bugs I've ever had in my whole Bethesda game experience with this game. But there was one annoying bug for me that simply wouldn't let me proceed a certain quest. First, I thought I was so dumb that I couldn't find the answer for an existent charade. Then when giving up and go look for it, I've discovered that it was a common bug for most players, where you're basically locked in the scale and you can't advance through the little hole in the wall. Fucking unbelievable. The way to fix it was to save the game, quit to the main menu, and load back again. And that was basically everything I have to say about this game. It is absolutely fantastic, and I honestly preferred playing it better than Skyrim. In my opinion, the mechanics in this game felt better. Now, by the time I make this video, which I procrastinated so much to make, I haven't even beat the game yet, and my Xbox Pass expired. So if this video goes extremely well, I'll think about playing again and making a part 2. So thanks everyone for sticking to the end, and until Sunday.